Hi, everybody. It's me, Karen Maloney, and I'm back with another episode of the Curiosity and Consciousness podcast. And I'm on video if you are watching from YouTube. Hello again. And it's so funny what's coming through to share right now has been something really kind of perplexing for me again. So I've been on an inner evolution change journey for a long time, especially consistently over the last decade. So I have evolved, I have changed a huge amount. I know the effort, the discipline, the commitment that's involved. I know the level of discomfort that's involved when it comes to change, when it comes to overcoming ourselves, when it comes to creating new habits. And at the same time, there's always a moment when I kind of forget because for me, the evolution and the process of change, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this as well, is when you decide to make change, a couple of things happen. I think for me at first, it always feels like nothing is happening because the best way to make change is really micro steps, changing one thing at a time, not trying to change or restrict everything at once. Again, I think we've all tried that at some stage where we wake up and go, that's it. I'm changing my life. I'm going to start exercising, eating healthily, all at the same time. We might last a couple of days, a couple of hours, a couple of weeks, a couple of months, and we fall back because it's not realistic, it's not sustainable, and it's not the kind of change I enact in my life anymore, and it's not the kind of change that I share with clients because, again, it's not sustainable. The easiest way to make change is to start adding something in. Start adding something in, one small thing, whether it's one 10-minute walk a day, one 15-minute meditation, one salad a day, one plate of vegetables a day, one short cardio exercise, one more glass of or pint of water, whatever it is. Again, it's always easier to add something in versus taking something out. If we add something in that's supportive, that's beneficial, once we start to feel those benefits, it naturally raises our vibration and we look for other things. And as we add something in that's changing our vibration, especially something that's good for us, that's supportive, that's empowering, we change. So things that we used to once maybe crave or want to eat or drink or take or do or not do, we kind of no longer feel inclined to do them because we are changing even though we don't know it. And this is the piece when we first start changing, whether it's, and I'm going to use the example of this water because it ties in with this water, with my Lumivite vessel. When we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 10 bottles of this, we may not necessarily notice anything. A lot of people do. A lot of people feel something quickly, and a lot of people don't. And I was one of those people that I didn't. It took about a month, most of the time, for us to feel and notice more than anything some of the shifts. It takes time. So we're doing this and I'm just drinking this water every day and I'm kind of thinking going, what the hell is this? Nothing's happening. Or we're eating one healthier meal a day and it's like, is this really doing any good? Like it's just one meal or it's just a change in water or whatever it is. So, but that's why commitment and discipline and doing it anyway is the most important thing. That's what I say to all my clients as well, whether it's choosing something and it's whether it's 3 minutes or 10 minutes or half an hour every single day, it is doing it without negotiation every single day. Whether you feel it, whether you don't, you do it anyway because it has the compound effect. It will start to accumulate and you will feel the shift, but you have to do it consistently. 10 minutes a day is always worth an hour a week. That's what I say all the time. 10 minutes a day done every single day is worth way more than an hour a week. So you do it anyway, even though if you're not feeling anything. So you can be doing it and you're kind of like, yeah, is this really doing anything? Like, I don't know if I feel much, blah, 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 but you commit, you do it anyway. Then there always comes a point, if you've been doing it consistently, always, A point will come when you notice shifts. Now, those shifts could have happened days ago, weeks ago, right in that moment. We don't know because it takes us reflecting sometimes to really notice. So, when we notice those shifts, and again, when we notice them, they can be so profound that we kind of think, how the hell did I never notice them in the first place? Because this is huge. This is like night and day difference. But again, we don't notice until we notice. Again, for me with this water, I'll take the example of, oh, I have so many examples. I'll take the example of feeling bloated. So I used to always feel bloated. Even if I was eating a salad or something, I'd feel bloated afterwards. Then all of a sudden I noticed I was no longer bloated, no matter what I ate. Now, I can't tell you the exact moment that that shifted, but once I noticed it, it was like massive explosion in my mind, going, oh my God, how could I not have seen this? And then once you see it, you see it. And then it's like normal. So you're noticing nothing. Then all of a sudden, there will come a moment if you're consistent when you notice some of the shifts. So again, for me, it was the bloating, but also in my energy. It was consistent, the quality of my sleep, no more brain fog, the clarity, my heightened intuition, less inflammation in my body, less aches and pains. All these things I started to notice. And then you're like, wow, oh my God. And you really are in the awareness for a while because you keep doing it and you're in the awareness of how amazing it is and all these benefits you feel. And for a while, you're like, oh my God, I've just eaten a pizza and I don't feel bloated. Or I went to bed late, but I slept really well and I have energy in the morning, like I don't feel as groggy. And you're like, wow. So then you're in a period of heightened awareness where it's all more obvious the changes that you have noticed and what has shifted for you, which gives you energy and momentum to keep going because you feel good, because you feel these experiences. You want to keep going because you're like, oh my God, it's working. Again, whatever it is, I'm using the example of this water, but whether it's meditation, exercise, all of a sudden you'll notice you've more energy or you've lost a few pounds or whatever. And you're like, oh wow, it works. So you keep going. Then you keep going. And then comes the next point that I always say is then it becomes second nature and so normal and so assimilated that you forget how you used to be before. And that always happens in change as well, because it becomes your second nature that you kind of forget how crap you used to feel. It becomes like, did I really used to be so bloated? Did I really used to have such low energy? How could it be that I had so much brain fog? You're kind of in this space, or you're like, how could I have ever eaten some of those things? How did I even enjoy the taste of that? How did I even not see how lethargic or low energy, whatever it was? Okay, so then you're in the moment of nearly like, how could that be? A sense of like disbelief, because again, you have changed so much. You're literally in a different vibration and state and energy on a subatomic level that your consciousness has shifted. You're in a different state of awareness that that person who you used to be feels so not disconnected from who you are, but it feels so far away because you're no longer that person. You no longer crave those same things. And it becomes nearly like a, oh my God, how could I not have seen? And recently with this bottle, the last few days, I was just looking at it again. And as I was filling it up, and I was like, really? I was like, this? I was like, have I lost my mind or has this actually brought me so many benefits? Is it really as good as I think it is, feel it is, have been telling people it is? I was kind of looking at it going, it looks so inconspicuous from the outside because again, I used to be on the outside looking at it and it's kind of like, how could this be? Like, is it really true? Is it really real? Which again can be normal of anything, whether it's, like I say, it becomes second nature, whether it's the exercise, whether it's the meditation, whether it's the healthy eating, there comes a moment when you're like, huh? Is this really this good? Like, it is, but you might have that questioning. So that was me again with this bottle recently. But then when you just, again, reflection is always so huge and important. When you pause and take that moment, then again, I can see no, it is literally night and day. There is literally a clear before and after since this came into my life, which I've touched on before. But this is the thing about change on the bigger scale, that who you become becomes your new level of normal and that new foundation and base, that it does become, there's a level of disbelief sometimes of, did I really feel so crap? And how could I have lived, for me personally, with such a lethargic, kind of underlying low energy, no matter what I did, and bloated feeling for so long? How could I have accepted it as normal? Even though I don't think I ever really accepted it as normal, hence maybe why this eventually came into my life, because I'm always really curious. In one level, I knew it wasn't normal, but on another level, I didn't know what else to do because, again, I was that person who ate healthily for the most part. Again, not perfect by no means, but compared to most, yes. And even people look at me going, oh my God, but you always ate so healthily. Exercised, have the mental, emotional well-being, all the tools and modalities and all these different things, but yet my physical body felt these sensations. So yeah, I've just been looking at this again and having another reflection point of just how incredible and potent and natural and supportive and foundational and fundamental it has been in my life, and it is in general, as that crucial cellular level piece in the first place. Once we get our baseline right, everything else on top of it is amplified, is enhanced, is expanded. And that's been my experience. But again, like the point of this episode, there is an evolution to change. There is a journey to change that at first it feels like nothing's happening, nothing's happening, nothing's happening. Then it's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, all these changes. And then again, it becomes, mm, did I really change? Did that really happen? Did I used to really feel that way beforehand? And then you move into another level again of expansion beyond that. So that was just something that came up to share. So if you are in the process of change, which I think we all should be, change is the only constant in life. You shouldn't be afraid of change. Evolution is one of the greatest gifts we get to experience as a humanity. And I always say, well, for me personally, anyway, I'm here to experiment and to keep the experiment going in my own life and in my own body, because it's just so exciting and incredible to see what else is possible. Else is possible that I don't even know yet? I keep asking myself that question all the time. I keep asking to be shown from the unknown what I don't know yet. What else is possible for me to know, to learn, to move through, to expand in different ways? Because I think that's what keeps life exciting, and, or well, for me anyway, and our own journey. Because again, in this process of change and evolution, from how I have changed in general, it is so mind blowing to me that, of course, I want to keep the experiment going, because it gets to be better and better and better. And that doesn't mean easy, and that doesn't mean not uncomfortable, because there is always a level of discomfort when it comes to change. And there is always a level of persistence and consistency in overcoming ourselves. It doesn't just snap into place. But again, that becomes routine and second nature as well, because you know how it goes, so you know to keep going, if that makes sense. Of course, it makes sense. So, yeah, that's just what I wanted to share. And if you're going through change, just keep going, keep going, keep doing it, no matter if you're thinking it's a waste of time or you're not feeling anything, just keep going. It will eventually, if it's supportive, you'll eventually feel some benefits, and then you will get to a place as well where you even nearly forget how you used to feel beforehand. And again, for me, this vessel, this bottle, this water, which is therapeutic, which is primordial, which is the hydrogen and energy that powers the sun and the stars, which sounds elusive and is not something to be intellectualized, even though we can read all the science. When you feel that power in your body, believe me, you feel it. But again, how long it takes for each of us to kick in is different. So if you're interested, the new bottle is about to launch, Luma, which I cannot wait for. If I've experienced such an incredible before and after from adding this into my life, I cannot wait for the next level of Luma and what it is bringing through. I can already feel the energy of it, the frequency of it. So if you want to get it at the pre-launch price before it ends and before it fully launches, email me support@karenmaloney.com. Follow me on Instagram at Karen Maloney with an underscore after the Y. I'll link as well here below. And just send me a message or reach out or join the sign up link as well to learn more info here in the show notes. And it would be my pleasure because it is such an incredible tool and support and a potent natural wellness tool for us. It's so hard to describe, but when you know, you know. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.